There we go. Hey guys, another day, another dollar. For those of you who've been watching everything, I appreciate you and everything for that. But we're gonna be building this today. Yeah, I bought this off of Temu with the Neuschwanstein Castle and the Acropolis of Athens, and today we are going to be building the Roman Colosseum in the block kit form and everything. This kit is not Lego, it is mini bricks, I guess they're called, and everything, and they do not work with Lego at all, just to let you know. But I bought this for like $8 I think off of Temu and everything. So yeah, we're gonna get to it. Building that. Let me back you up a minute. I want to show you something because this has 31 steps, and I don't necessarily have a ton of room to spread out the parts and build and everything. So I've gone through and divvied out each step. Yeah, like I said, that's 31 steps. I'm not sure how many parts. I omitted the top out. Let's see how many parts. I don't know. I'll figure that out. I'll write it down on the thing for you guys. But yeah, we're gonna be building this today. Yeah. Like I said, I built the Neuschwanstein Castle. That's upstairs right now and everything. We are in a winter wonderland, so I thought I went with the ambiance right now. So that's upstairs in my living room. So yeah, we're gonna get to this build. It's gonna be mostly a time lapse once again and everything, because you don't need to hear me rambling and everything. Every once in a while I'll stop and talk, but I'll write down a description where I stop and talk and everything. So that's what we're doing today. Yeah, that's the washing machine. I gotta go do that laundry real fast. I'm doing chores at the same time, so we're gonna be stopping and everything. They're gonna be jumping, and then there's gonna be time lapses. There's gonna be music. I'm gonna have music going and watching some videos. I've got Tested, I've got Nerd Forge, I've got Boy Lie Hobby Time. I've got Robo Don't Know and everything. You guys I quoted him on my last episode because the Neuschwanstein Castle is all white because it's a snow scene, and Robo's got a little sound effect, bright white. So yeah, thankfully this isn't like that. This is mostly tan or sand, so I don't have to deal with snow blindness or nothing. We've just come out of a snowstorm, 2 days of snow and everything. I spent how long shoveling snow and everything. So between doing that and the Neuschwanstein Castle, my eyes were kind of messed up from it. So new build, let's get to it. Alright there, guys. Step 8 is complete, and that's just a playing field. Oops. Drop a tool, drop a tool. There you go. Step 8, we are a quarter of the way there. Over a quarter. There's 31 steps. But yeah, that's just the foundation, the first floor. First level. I skipped I kind of jumped through number 2 because I ran into a couple problems with the arrangement. So I decided to do that off camera, and I'm come back. I don't know. But alright, so we are on to step 9. Let me turn off the camera, and then we come back. We'll be going. We're on step 9. Get halfway through this before dinner? I do not know. Let's try. 14. So guys, it's dinner time. I messed up a bit here, so I've got to go back and redo that, but I'm going to go eat dinner. And when I come back, we'll get back to it, okay? So, be back in bed. Okay, guys, we have just finished step 16, so we are over halfway through this build. Yeah, I know back on at the beginning of that time lapse there on step 14, I was a little apprehensive because of, like I said, here was overhanging, it was cantilevered, but in step 15 and 16, you go in and you add blocks that strengthen that, so it's a lot better. There you guys go so far. Yeah. This build is going a lot better than the Neuschwanstein Castle build. I got everything knolled out properly, so I think that's a big help. But yeah, put these back in this. So those of you who are wondering, these are scrapbooking cases. 4x6 scrapbooking cases. You can get them on Amazon and you can get them at Hobby Lobby. There. They come 16 of these 4x6 boxes in a case. I think Hobby Lobby has them for like $12 or 12, 13 bucks, and then Amazon has them for like 24 right now. But they're a little bit different as the locking mechanisms on these. Put this down. $12.99 ones from Hobby Lobby. These are plastic, whereas the ones from Amazon are actually they're actually a different type of lock. But just wanted to share that. I'll put a link in the description for you guys so you can go see that. Sorry about the shaking. Let's see now where we are. We are on step 6, or no, not 16, 17. We're on 17. Let's see, can I get this done before High Potential comes on tonight? I do not know. Let's see. Back to a time lapse. Alexa, pause. Step 24. Alexa, play. Okay guys, so I'm calling it quits for tonight. I've lost a piece that I gotta find. All these little pieces here, the tops with the, just are not fitting right, and it's really making me mad. And one of them had a piece of flashing, and when I nicked that out, I nicked my finger. So this, I'm calling it quits for tonight. I will pick up tomorrow, and we will finish this. Let me show you where we're at. This isn't even all the way to step 42. Or 42. 24, I'm sorry. My ADD brain. But yeah. This is where we're at so far. So I'm going to stop videoing for tonight. Find that piece. And then, yeah, call it quits for tonight. So, I'll see you all tomorrow. Alright guys, so, new day. New day. Yep. Last night I lost a part, and I went and found, it was just this little piece right here. So I found that last night after I turned off the camera. And I also, so a lot of these little guys still have some flashing on them, so I go with my X-Acto knife or a piece of paper or sandpaper. And last night I nicked my finger. So by the time I got to this part, my finger was killing me. It's not that bad. It's just like, funny how the smallest of cuts hurt the most. And at that time, I had gotten on to doing a bunch of these little guys. And that point was just digging into my fingers and everything. So, yeah. So I called it quits because my finger was hurting, those were digging into my fingers. I lost that part, so I called it quits. But we're going to finish step 24, and then we are going to be moving on to step 25, and we will be finishing this today. So, yeah. I'm going to hit record, and then we are going to be back into the time lapse. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, so there you have it. There's the Roman Colosseum. I'll get you some B-roll on the Lazy Susan so you guys can see it better. I'll also write down how long it took and how many pieces there are for this kit. I really enjoyed this kit a lot. I mean, wow, it went together great. There was some moments where I was like, this isn't going to work and everything, but it really came together. Like back on there's a piece down in there. Step 14, there's some pieces that were cantilevered and everything, but by step 16, they were really put in place and everything, so they weren't going anywhere. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this. More impressed with this than I am the Neuschwanstein Castle, which link in the description for that and everything. This actually came in a box, unlike Neuschwanstein Castle, which came in a bag. I still have the Acropolis of Athens to do, yeah, but that one's... So this and the Neuschwanstein Castle are like roadmaps and everything. The Acropolis of Athens is a booklet and everything. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to go about knolling that out and everything, because there's so many steps and everything. At the same time, they numbered the bags. So you have 3 bags number 1, 3 bags number 2, and so on and so forth, and everything up to like 6 bags and everything. So it's like 10 bags, 1 through 6 and everything somehow. But I've got to knoll through that and everything. When it comes to knolling is where you put something out. You put the parts out at 90-degree angles and everything, and it looks nice. I don't have that type of room to do that with all these kits and then build the kit. Plus, I'd lose parts because this is just an accident waiting to happen. But so yeah, I deal out the parts into these boxes, and I divvy them out by color, and then I go through color and each step, and I put in each one of these cases and everything, the parts that I need. And then at the end, whatever parts I have left over go in this one, or 1 or 2 other ones. So that's how I go through about building these and everything. It's not necessarily knolling, it's just dealing out parts. I keep saying knolling, but thankfully actual Lego has started to deal out the parts, so like each bag is a step, which I find very entertaining. I like a lot and everything. But yeah, there's that. I'm gonna get you some B-roll, tell you how many pieces, how long it took me. It took me yesterday evening and this morning, and then I spent like 4 hours dealing out the parts for each step and everything. So, but let's get you some B-roll, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would be a big help to the channel if you do that. And I'm trying to make this my business and everything. Doing stuff, making stuff and everything. That's why each episode you see something different. It's not, oh, he does Lego, he does carpentry, he does RC. No, I have a lot of hobbies that I want to get out there and talk to you about and share. So yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, please like, subscribe, and comment. Help grow the channel and expand and make this a type of living for myself. And I will see you guys next time.
The Roman Colosseum, also known as the Flavian Amphitheater, is one of the most iconic structures of ancient Rome. Construction began around 72 AD under Emperor Vespasian and was completed in 80 AD during the reign of his son Titus. Built primarily from travertine limestone, tuff, and concrete, the Colosseum could hold an estimated 50,000 to 65,000 spectators. It was used for public spectacles such as gladiator battles, animal hunts, and large-scale public events, serving as both entertainment and a display of Roman engineering and power. Despite earthquakes, stone removal, and centuries of wear, much of the Colosseum still stands today. It remains a symbol of Roman innovation, architectural mastery, and the lasting influence of ancient civilization.